Here are some amazing facts about the Gypsy Moth Caterpillar. Scientific name: the Gypsy Moth Caterpillar is scientifically known as Lymantria dispar. Origin: it is native to Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Invasive species: it is considered one of the most destructive invasive species in North America. Introduction to North America: it was accidentally introduced to the US in 1869 by an amateur entomologist in Massachusetts. Feeding habits: the caterpillars are voracious feeders, primarily consuming the leaves of hardwood trees. Host trees: they feed on over 500 different species of trees and shrubs. Preferred trees: oak trees are their preferred hosts. Defoliation: a single caterpillar can eat an entire square foot of leaves in one day. Life cycle: they have a 4-stage life cycle: egg, larva caterpillar, pupa, and adult moth. Egg masses: female gypsy moths lay their eggs in masses that can contain up to 1,000 eggs. Egg overwintering: the eggs overwinter and hatch in the spring. Hatching: caterpillars typically hatch in April or May. Larval stages: the caterpillar goes through 5 to 6 instar stages before pupating. Appearance: the caterpillars are hairy and have distinctive blue and red spots along their bodies. Size: fully grown caterpillars can reach up to 2.5 inches in length. Silk threads: young caterpillars produce silk threads to help them disperse by wind, a behavior known as ballooning. Feeding period: the caterpillars feed primarily at night to avoid predators. Diurnal behavior: during the day, they hide in crevices or under leaves. Pupation: they pupate in a cocoon made from silk and caterpillar hairs. Adult emergence: adult moths emerge from pupae in mid to late summer. Sexual dimorphism: male and female moths look different. Males are brown and can fly, while females are white and flightless. Non-flying females: female gypsy moths cannot fly, which limits their natural dispersal range. Mating: males use pheromones released by females to locate them for mating. Short lifespan: adult gypsy moths live for about a week, just long enough to mate and lay eggs. Population cycles: gypsy moth populations can explode in cyclical outbreaks, leading to widespread defoliation. Tree impact: repeated defoliation can weaken and even kill trees. Predators: natural predators include birds, small mammals, and predatory insects. Parasitoids: certain parasitoid wasps and flies lay their eggs in gypsy moth caterpillars. Diseases: the caterpillars can be affected by a virus known as the gypsy moth nuclear polyhedrosis virus (NPV). Fungal pathogens: the fungus Entomophaga mamica also infects and kills gypsy moth caterpillars. Chemical control: insecticides like Bacillus thuringiensis Bt are used to control gypsy moth populations. Pheromone traps: pheromone traps are used to monitor and control male moth populations. Quarantine: infested areas are often placed under quarantine to prevent the spread of the moth. Environmental impact: the gypsy moth is a significant threat to North American forests, urban areas, and agriculture. Forest ecosystems: defoliation by gypsy moths can lead to changes in forest composition and structure. Economic impact: the cost of managing gypsy moth outbreaks is significant, reaching millions of dollars annually. Legal measures: several states have laws and regulations in place to control the spread of gypsy moths. Research efforts: ongoing research aims to find more effective methods of controlling gypsy moth populations. Public awareness: education and outreach programs help inform the public about the risks and management of gypsy moths. Biocontrol: efforts to control the gypsy moth include the introduction of natural enemies like parasitoids. Resistance: some tree species and individual trees have developed resistance to gypsy moth defoliation. Climate impact. Climate change could affect the range and severity of gypsy moth infestations. Cold tolerance. Gypsy moth eggs can survive cold winter temperatures, allowing them to spread to new areas. Outbreak history. Major outbreaks have occurred in the US in the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s. Spread rate. Gypsy moths can spread at a rate of 13 miles per year in infested areas. Invasive range. The gypsy moth has spread to Canada and threatens other regions of the world. Urban impact. Gypsy moth infestations can lead to tree loss and increased maintenance costs in urban areas. Tree mortality. In some cases, gypsy moth outbreaks have caused significant tree mortality in forests. Biodiversity loss. The loss of trees due to gypsy moth defoliation can lead to reduced biodiversity in affected areas. Soil erosion. Loss of tree cover from defoliation can increase soil erosion and impact water quality. Wildlife habitat. Defoliation can reduce the availability of food and shelter for wildlife. Pollination. The decline in certain tree species due to gypsy moth activity can impact pollinators. Carbon sequestration. Large-scale defoliation can reduce the ability of forests to sequester carbon. Fire risk. Defoliation and tree mortality increase the risk of forest fires.